Okay, maybe we'll okay, hey, we want to get started on our orientation session. In this session, we'll basically talk about the semiconductor technology and chip design training program that we have with IIT Bhubaneswar. So let's get started. Oops. Okay, so first I just want to give a quick introduction about myself, and then Dr. Krishnakant will talk a little bit about himself, and then we'll go ahead and talk about the program. So I myself have about 26 years of industry experience. I did my bachelor's from IIT Madras in Triple E. My all India rank was 127. And at IIT, I won the Ramasarma Kuluri Medallion. I got a scholarship and did my master's at Rensselaer in US, where I also won the Henry J. Nolte Award. Basically, in the career, I started off developing semiconductor technology and later moved on to design. Worked and developed several products for very prominent customers like you know, Dell, Microsoft, Apple, Tesla, BMW, Samsung, and so on. So have made and led teams to deliver world-class products to some of these top customers, and really want to now take all this knowledge and try to help nurture young talent who are going to now define India's next phase in semiconductors. So that's sort of our mission. Forgot to mention the last 2 years I've worked as country head of two international organizations in India. So Micron and AMS. Next, actually, we have Dr. Krishnakant. Please go ahead. You're on mute.
Yeah. Sorry, I was just thrown off for a minute. Yeah, okay. So I have about 22 years of industry experience. Been in the industry. I joined the industry from as a bachelor's and master's student from IIT Bombay in 2002. Passed out with a Shankar Darshan Gold Medal and also a Student Roll of Honor. While working in the industry, I've also finished my PhD from IIIT Hyderabad, and currently I'm also involved in teaching as an adjunct professor at IIT Hyderabad and Digital University Kerala. I'm also on the board of studies for close to 15 universities all over the country and vice chair for IEEE Circuits and Systems and Electronics Device Society chapter for Hyderabad and on the PhD review panels of several universities. In addition, I also volunteer as an associate editor for Transactions on Circuit Systems Express Briefs for 24 and 25. So you can see I've been involved in both industry and academia for several years, and my industry responsibilities include developing several high-performing analog mixed-signal power management ICs, sensing chips, battery management chips for consumer and automotive markets. Yeah, I did work with several customers across the globe: Apple, Samsung, OnePlus, Hyundai, Merelli, going all the way from a concept to unlimited production, designing several chips that are getting sold in high volumes in market.
Thanks, Dr. Krishnakant. Next, just want to quickly cover the base, why we are worried about or why are we talking about semiconductors. Basically, presently, the semiconductor market in India is about $35 billion, and we have about 125,000 engineers, VLSI engineers working in India. And this market is expected to grow significantly to $110 billion by 2030, right? That means in the next 8 years, the market is going to triple. That means it's going to also need to have triple the number of engineers that it has today, which means that we have a demand for 250,000 engineers between now and 2030, which is quite significant, especially since for VLSI, you need to go through a rigorous training, and it takes a bit more to learn the details of hardware design, and VLSI, right? So sort of just wanted to bring that notice. As of today, right, when already there is a good demand, we have a very nice career path and salary trajectory for the VLSI engineers. So essentially, starting salaries are pretty much the lowest ones are starting around 10, 12 lakhs a year, and the higher ones are north of 30 lakhs a year, right? And then, within 10 years or so, easily even the lowest salary is getting to about 50 lakhs a year. And by 20 years, right, the lowest salary already crossed 1 crore. So you can see that this is a very substantial, uh, you know, uh, good, strong career path, much stronger than software or any other domains. Further, this particular career path, you'll notice that after about 8, 10 years, once you have enough experience and you're really doing well and understand design more deeply, there is a lots of opportunities in going abroad. Why? Because there is a semiconductor engineering shortage worldwide, right? So essentially, you have opportunity to go and work in companies in Europe, in US, and several countries. So this stuff also starts to open up as you build experience and get better at what you're doing. So basically, to summarize, it's a really, really exciting career path. We have sort of been through over 20 years from this and really benefited from this. And now that we see this growing significantly, we'd like to see more and more of smart young talent, choosing this and finding a way to do this, because right now it's quite difficult to acquire the skills, and that's what we want to close. Sort of talking about the skills or this challenge, right? So on the one side, we are showing this fantastic graphs of beautiful salaries and everything, right? On the other side, the reality is that in most colleges, right, even the ECE and EEE students are actually having to choose software jobs. So they're all um, more often than not heading there, right? And why is that, right? And one of the main reasons for that is that the top semiconductor MNC companies, and these are companies that are providing these very high-paying jobs, are generally only going to the top institutes, top colleges like IIT and so on for engineering. And because of that, right, because most of these companies are not considering the other colleges, that's one of the big reasons that the other colleges are not able to join. A second very, very important reason is the skill. Like, you have to acquire the skill, you have to be good at something in VLSI, either design or verification or modeling or something, right? Or validation. So unless you are at least show some promise in one of the areas, because the competition is quite high, everybody wants to get to these jobs. It's actually much more difficult. So these are sort of the primary reasons why, let's say, most ECE and EE students who have who thought and they want to go to core or hardware VLSI jobs, end up choosing software jobs as backup. So we believe this is where the IIT MOSArt Labs STCD diploma comes in. So this basically provides a bridge for students from other colleges from all over India to take advantage of this program and really get completely upskilled in VLSI, be able to comfortably do VLSI projects, and then get access to this hiring to these top semiconductor MNCs and effectively build a strong career in VLSI. So that's sort of our goal over here. And towards this, there is then one more thing I would like to point out. So now switching gears, right? If you can just give me a couple of minutes to explain this problem in a different way. Now, I know this is a bit extreme example, so please, humor me. Imagine that, someone wanted to make a career in cricket and wanted to get selected for IPL. And let's say they joined a college, right? And masters in cricketing, right? They are going to the classes and they're learning everything about cricketing, like all the types of spin bowling, pace bowling, all the bowling actions, all the strategies, field placements, batting actions, the whole bit, right? They've learned everything, like they are doing great in the exams. The teacher can ask them any strategy or anything, they are able to answer very well, right? Now they come for IPL selection, right? Will they get selected, right? Of course, we know the answer, right? That's a negative. They will most likely not be selected because we learn the most by doing, right? You have to do. It's not enough to know the concepts, you have to apply the concepts, right? You have to go and play the cricket. Like it's not enough to learn about spin, right? You have to go bowl the spin and practice it and do it well, right? And that's really important. And the same applies to semiconductors and VLSI as well. It's not enough just to know the concepts and just be able to answer, but to better understand them, you have to actually do it. So what could work, right? If this doesn't work, what could work? First thing, what we talked about is learn by applying concepts. Like keep applying whatever you have learned to design situations, to verifications, to different things, right? Next, you absolutely need to be guided by top-notch coaches, right? There is, it's the field is really complicated, and in a complicated field, it's hard to sort of, just sit by yourself, read some books and, just some YouTube videos and suddenly, become successful. You need the support of some really top-notch coaches or guides who can really advise you and help you learn, right? These, let's say, keeping the cricketing example, should be successful players, right? And it's even better if they're still playing, right? So this is the kind of coaches you want. Then you need state-of-the-art tools, right? We can't play gully cricket and expect to go qualify for IPL, right? You have to have practice in the real ground. You got to be able to play well in realistic conditions. Then, how would the program look like? In the program, we probably learn all areas of cricket, batting, bowling, fielding, so on and so forth, right? And then in a second phase, sort of see which ones you are good at, right? And which you have a knack for or a talent for, and specialize in the area of your liking, right? To become a specialized bowler or a batsman, an all-rounder, wicket keeper, whichever it is, right? And ultimately, once you have specialized, you have, sharpened your skills, you have done your practice, you're doing well, you just need some help connecting, connecting with the various selectors for IPLs, making sure that you're there when those selectors are reviewing and watching. And that's it. So this is what would really work, right? This could work. The thing is, the same principles apply for semiconductors, right? You also learn by doing, also need top-notch coaches who have done a lot of designs, who have made a lot of products, who know what it takes to build these products, right? And ultimately, you need to use state-of-the-art tools. This is more true for VLSI than anything else. The kind of software and EDA tools that have been optimized and developed over decades for VLSI are very, very specialized, and it's very difficult to do things manually. It's like asking someone to make an aeroplane with a hammer and nails. It's not going to work, right? You need those advanced tools to be able to make high-tech products, right? So in the same way for VLSI, you need those advanced software or EDA tools. And so basically, this is what our program is about. And we'll show you how we go about it and what we do. So very specifically, right, we have 3 modules in our program. So we have a Launchpad module, a foundation semester, and a specialization semester. So in the Launchpad module, we cover the life cycle of an IC. Basically, we want all students to understand how an IC comes to life, like how is it conceived, how people think about it, how are the specs derived, how the marketing and different businesses come together to figure out what chip to make, right? Then how are the specifications made? How are the specifications then realized into a design? How is the design then prototyped and manufactured and then qualified, right? And then how are these designs then applied and built into products, and how they, go get used in the industry and ultimately become obsolete. And through this, you will also understand all the different career paths that are available to a VLSI engineer, right? And then we also want to cover the industry landscape So that means what are different companies doing, what are their specialties, and what exactly in this whole IC life cycle they are doing, right? So that you understand how the industry is set up. And we will also cover basics of all the courses in this. The reason is that soon after the Launchpad module is an entrance exam. The entrance exam is required by IIT, and the people qualifying from this entrance exam will get enrolled into the foundation and specialization or the rest of the diploma program. And so the foundation, like we said, will cover all the 5 key areas of VLSI: circuits, RTL, that means digital design, design verification, semiconductor technology, and measurements. We are going to set up an online lab where you'll be able to remotely connect into the lab computers and be able to make live measurements on several different ICs and be able to do arbitrary measurements, whatever you want to measure, and understand how these chips work, how we can do different type of measurements, and so on. So with this combination of learning circuits, understanding digital design, design verification, technology, and measurements, you're ready to then start to specialize. You can specialize in one of several areas. We will, of course, give a guidance and suggestions, but ultimately the specialization will be completely the student's choice. You can choose which area you want to specialize in. It is not based on rank or mark or anything. It is based on your choice, right? So you choose your specialization, and then you do 3 really advanced courses in your area of specialization, and you need to do a project. This project is of the same complexity work as you can expect in your first job, right? And you will be doing that independently with the help of a guide. And once you do this kind of work, 2 things will happen. One, you will be able to show this in your resume, what work you have done, what results you were able to achieve, right? And secondly, when interviewers are asking you about this, you will be able to confidently answer it because this is something you have done yourself, right? So essentially, having done the work that will be expected from your first job independently, we believe you are now industry ready, and 100% placement support will be provided to connect you to various industries who will be coming for placements, and then you can interview and get placed. So this is sort of the whole program. If the students already have a bachelor's degree before they finish the program, you will be provided a postgraduate diploma certificate. If, on the other hand, you have not finished a bachelor's, then you will be given the professional diploma certificate. But the main point is that you will be ready, you will have the skills, and you can really start your career in VLSI.
I'd just like to add a couple of points on this slide that this program is fully online. The classes will be evening, so essentially this will complement the existing university education. And the program is very suitable for BTech third year, fourth year students who are looking into taking up campus placements in 1 year time frame, but also for MTech students and entry level working professionals. So who really want to learn about the semiconductor industry and deep courses. The graphic on the left shows Launchpad on 3rd Jan, but we start the Launchpad program on 3rd February, which I think you'll also see in the next slides. Yes, yes.
Absolutely. Thanks. He then wanted to just give you a snapshot of some of the teachers who would be teaching, right? Some of some of the gurus here. You can see right away that, of course, we have not at this moment in this presentation shown the teachers from IIT Bhubaneswar. They will absolutely be there, right? Several teachers from IIT Bhubaneswar will also be teaching the program because it's a joint program, and you can expect top teachers from there. But in addition, from the industry, you can see there are top leaders from several companies, from Intel, from AMD, Broadcom, right? AMS, Osram, Microchip, Micron, and so on, right? Several different companies. There are like really leaders, like, vice presidents, directors, senior managers, right? So really, really experienced individuals who have done and led several products. So these are the people that will be, teaching and sharing their knowledge with you. So you can expect a really top-notch faculty. Next, just wanted to quickly go over the academic calendar. So we expect the Launchpad to start on 4th of February. We have classes Tuesdays and Thursdays. So 4th is a Tuesday. Just wanted to let you know. And then it's expected to complete on the 23rd of February. The entrance exam will be on the 25th. And we expect to quickly provide the list of selected candidates posted on the website by the 28th, and then have the foundation module start on the 3rd of March, which is a Monday. So this is sort of the planned academic timeline that we have. So if you have any questions on this, also we can discuss. The next, just wanted to cover the pedagogy and the teaching methodology. Like we mentioned, learning by doing is very key. So please expect a good amount of homework or assignments to help you apply the concepts you have learned in class. The classes, like Dr. Krishnakat mentioned, are going to be mostly on the evenings, like 6 to 8 p.m. And then also, for example, on Saturdays. So in this case, we are talking about the Launchpad. We're going to have two classes, like Tuesdays and Thursdays, 6 to 8 p.m., and then a class on Saturday, 10:30 to 12:30. The point of the class on Saturdays or the weekend is to really have the teacher work out a sample problem, right? Like a design problem, apply the concepts that were learned and work it out like in a live session to help students understand how to do it, what are the steps, and where, what things could be. This way, in addition to learning the concepts during the week, the students will also be able to see how these can be, applied to solve problems. And then with this, they will be able to, finish their assignments and, learn the things by doing, basically. So this is the point. And then, like we mentioned, after the Launchpad is an entrance test for the diploma. And then after the entrance is the main first and second semester of the diploma program. So we have the foundation semester. Here, we have classes every weekday from 6 to 8 p.m., Monday through Friday. And then on weekends, there is a 5 hours of, call it homework. So, you have a 2-hour class on a weekday. And for that, there is a 1-hour class on the weekend to work out problems. It's the same format. So we cover a concept in detail during the week. And, even during the concept coverage, some examples of how it gets applied will be shown and so on. But on the weekend, the focus will be more on doing design examples or verification or different things, actually applying all those ideas to solutions. This way, with this combination, then the students can once again do all their assignments. You can expect most of the courses to have 50% credit for a course project, which will be very key. And so, yeah, this is for the foundation semester. On similar lines, for the specialization semester, the specialization semester will have less classes, uh, but the same concept, 6 to 8 p.m. and the weekend, right? And the main thing over here will be to do the project. The project in your specialization, it's really important. It will be a problem with equivalent complexity as your work as at your first job in your industry. So, and there will be a guide to sort of help you or guide you through the project. But this is something you will have to do by yourself. You already should have enough knowledge and know how to do this. But then, of course, the guide will also help you along. So this is how you learn and get ready. And then we believe that now that you are industry ready, we focus on the second part, which is placement support. So there will be for sure career opportunities at MOSArt Labs. In addition, there will be several companies. You've already seen the gurus from several companies, and even more companies, many more will be, coming for placement. We would have networked with them. We will be sharing your resumes with them. and then they will come for, interviews and so on. We will help the students with resume preparation and interview practice, and also career counseling. So complete placement support will be provided to help the students, really land their VLSI job and start their career. So this is the main, details of the program. Now we just want to quickly cover the program enrollment and fee. We kind of explained that, but there is this Launchpad where it's open to everyone. You just have to pay the Launchpad fees to join. And then there is the entrance exam. And for those who pass the entrance exam, they will be offered enrollment into the rest of the professional diploma program. And at this point is when you first pay the fee for the foundation semester, and then you pay the fees for the advanced semester. So the fees itself for the Launchpad, the fee is 25,000 plus GST. But for the foundation semester, it is 2.25 lakhs plus GST. And for specialization, it is 3.75 lakhs plus GST. Now, one important thing, if the fees seems a bit higher, so we do have, support for students. These programs are already pre-approved by nationalized bank like ICICI to, provide student loans. So the program itself is pre-approved. So the student just needs to go there with theirs and maybe their parents to kind of, sign up for a loan if that is something they are interested in. And they will need the enrollment letter, of course, and you will be getting that. So that shouldn't be a problem. So, of course, we can go over the website and few more details, but probably want to, stop at this point. Like we mentioned, we have our website, mosartlabs.com. It has a lot of information, and it has links for you to apply for the program, and it has links for you to, learn more about different aspects and so on. Let me actually quickly open the page. I will stop sharing and maybe share my entire screen or something, because that's a different program now. Just give me a minute. Okay, and just 1 second. I will quickly. Okay, so this is, the website that you can see on the screen. It talks about the program. You can go over different parts of the program, read about it. There's, of course, more pages, right? You can go through some student resources and also about the teachers and so on. We also have a parents corner. Let me find it. Okay, I'll find it to you shortly. Then on the learning path, it kind of shows the whole program, Launchpad and entrance tests, and the individual semesters and so on. What are the courses that are going to be covered? Circuit analysis, CMOS processing, verification, so on and so forth. And then, we have various areas of specialization that we have. That means digital or RTL design, analog design, design verification, layout design, and CMOS processing. Like we mentioned, choosing a specialization is completely up to you. We will only give recommendations and give you suggestions, but ultimately the choice will be yours. So although we have, this specific page, there is also a page to talk about, and you can see about IIT Bhubaneswar and so on. So, and then there's student resources. There is FAQs as well, where here, lots of questions and answers you can check. More importantly, there is also this chat window that's available. Oops. Okay, let me try that again. Yeah. So here you can, type in any question you have about the program and so on, and it will be answered for you. In addition to the chat, you can connect with us through phone or WhatsApp or email, and we'll get back to you and, answer your questions or try to explain anything that's unclear for you. So yes, now we probably want to open the floor for Q&A. please, go ahead. If you have any questions, we can discuss those and answer them.
Hello, Shivasai and Satish.
Yes, sir.
You
Yes.